you to treat this like a tornado warning because winds are likely as high as what we would see within a weak tornado, and they are widespread. So this isn't a situation where I can tell you that the rotation is going to hit the north side of Longview, but not the south side. This entire line is going to hit the city of Tyler and the city of Longview, and anywhere along this line, we could see 80 to 100 mile per hour wind gusts. So here's another track on that storm. We're just going to keep tracking it over and over in case you're just now joining us, or in case the storm slows down or speeds up. I just want you to know exactly when to expect it. Gilmer area in the next 4 or 5 minutes, it's moving in as we speak. It's going to get worse just in the next 5 minutes. You'll really hear those thunderstorms rolling in. Tyler is going to meet us right about midnight. Longview, it's going to meet us right about 12:15-ish. Mount Selman, it looks like around 12:30-ish for the Mount Selman area, and for the Bullard area. Marshall, it'll be just after 12:30 that these thunderstorms reach your area. And so far, they have shown no signs of weakening, at least not in this part of the line. I would say that kind of the back end part of the line looks like it's weakened a little bit more. Still under severe thunderstorm warning for the entire line from Fort Worth through Dallas all the way into East Texas. This entire line of thunderstorms is severe, but I would say that it looks a little bit better in the southern portion of the line than it does with this area that's going to be moving through Tyler and Longview right now. So this entire swath of 80 mile per hour winds really is what's going to be hitting the Tyler and Longview area. So if you were in Upshur County, if you were in Gregg County, if you were in Smith County, please take this seriously. I know it's not a tornado warning, and a lot of people don't take it as seriously when it's not a tornado warning, but this is the same level as a tornado warning. To see a severe thunderstorm warning with the tag of destructive, this is going to cause as much damage as a tornado. This could be as dangerous in any location within this severe thunderstorm warning as a tornado. So it's moving into the Edom area right now. It's starting to move into the northern portion of Tyler right now. Let's say the Swan area. Gladewater, it's going to hit your area probably in about 10 minutes. Tyler, it's moving in within the next 10 minutes. Kilgore around 12:15. Marshall around 12:30. Henderson, now you're in the track of the storm. It looks like it'll be 12:30 to about 12:45 that it starts to move into the Henderson area. And right now it has shown no signs of weakening. So if you were in Henderson, I would prepare for these very strong winds. Lindale, seeing those strong winds now. It looks like a lot of the strong winds are kind of right up on the edge of Smith County there. But even if you don't see the strongest of the winds move in from the north, you're likely going to be seeing at least 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts with this. So don't think that you're out of the woods just because you're not in that light blue area that we've been showing you with velocity. Latest track on the storm, Gilmer, 11:54. It's in your area right now. White Oak, 12:12. Longview around 12:18. Marshall around 12:30. And Tatum, you're now in the track of this storm at about 12:40 to about 12:45. It'll be moving into the Tatum area. I would say 12:30 to 12:45 in the Henderson area as well. This is where those very strong winds are going to be moving into your area. So even if it's not raining now, it's on the way. You can see where that bright area on velocity is, and it's just going to be 80, 90 mile per hour winds possible with this thunderstorm. This is likely one of the most severe thunderstorms that we've seen all spring season long. It looks like some of the strongest winds might be right around 271 from Brumley down to Betty up to Ewell, showing 87 miles per hour estimated by the radar right now. That's going to be just south of the Ebenezer area where those very, very strong winds are. We have a weather watcher in Betty, so I hope you're doing okay, and I hope you'll give us area. It's heading toward Gladewater next. So it'll be moving through Hawkins within the next few minutes, already starting to pick up there in the Hawkins area. Here's another track on that storm, 11:57 in New Mountain, 12:04 in Ore City, 12:05 in Gladewater, White Oak around 12:11, Longview, you're going to see this right about 12:15. So you've got about another 20 minutes before it starts moving into the Longview area. If you're in Longview and you've been watching us for the last hour or so, we've been telling you had about an hour before these thunderstorms really rolled in, and these are packing a punch as they moved in. I haven't heard any reports of damage yet, but I won't be surprised if I do hear them. Meteorologist Cody Gottschalk has just joined us. Cody, I know you don't have a microphone on, so I'm going to walk over here. What did you see on your drive in? Because you came in from Grand Saline.
It was right behind me the whole time, so going 70 miles per hour down the highway, keeping up pace. So these storms are racing when they move through. Lightning was going off like a strobe light. So there's a lot of lightning. I was watching or listening to y'all on my way in, and you were right in the money. I mean, you can just see, you know, kind of like that shelf-like look to it. So that leading edge bringing those winds right behind me. Lots of lightning, lots of thunder. Starting to hear some potential reports of maybe some trees coming down in a few locations potentially.
24,000 lightning strikes.
Okay, so we're going to start hearing more and more
in
of
60
that as
minutes.
well. Here's another look at the lightning. Gosh, we were talking, 20 minutes ago? We thought the lightning was letting up, and now it's back up to 20,000 strikes. Cody, was up to 30,000 strikes at one point earlier tonight. It dropped to about 12 to 15,000. Now it's back up to around 20,000. So, as Cody mentioned, it's going to be really bright when it comes through. It is going to be very, very loud when it comes through as well.
I really hate to see these two separate segments trying to bow out. For one, we'll probably need to keep an eye on to where, you know, kind of where these areas are trying to meet for those quick spin-ups, but especially those stronger winds, maybe soon to be moving in toward the northern loop, closer to Tyler. But again, especially that area that you were mentioning, Katie, in central and northern Upshur County, those strong winds along that leading edge, as it's odd. It's like two separate smaller bowing segments, but I'm really concerned about the wind threat that those two are going to bring. Because again, they are moving very quickly. So, you know, I know you've been given lead time all night.
Well, and it's crossing over I-20 now, the strongest part of the storm. If you know anybody that's driving on I-20 between, say, Marshall and Tyler, or Dallas and Tyler, if they're coming in from Dallas, they're coming in through that heavy rainfall. But it's just the winds are going to get so much worse as they get closer to the Tyler area. So if you could give them a call and tell them to pull off to the side of the road, wait it out, because it's going to be really tough to travel on those big interstates with this wind coming in. This is going to knock.
What happened?
Big Sandy, it's moving in through your area right now. You're starting to see those winds pick up, and they're going to get worse before they get better. Just after midnight, it'll be moving into Tyler. I would venture to say that the rain itself is starting to move into the northern portion of Tyler area, but the winds will likely pick up in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Those winds at their strongest right now in Smith County and the Lindale area. Here's the track through the Tyler area. This is going to be moving, or essentially Smith County, 12:02. So the next 5 minutes in the Winona area, about 10 minutes before it gets to about downtown Tyler. Chapel Hill, it'll be about another 15 minutes before it gets to your area. White House, it'll be about another 20 minutes. I would say 20 to 25 minutes before it gets to Bullard, about 30 minutes maybe before it gets to Turnertown and Troop. Overton, you're going to see that within about 12:20. So we're going to put another track on the northern line of this storm as well, because as Cody said, there's kind of two segments. You can see one that looks like it's trying to bow out right here. See the little notch right here, and then this second one down to the south. That's the one we just tracked. Now we're tracking the northern portion of the storm. Once again, it's in Big Sandy right now. It's going to be heading toward White Oak in about 15 minutes, Longview in about 20 minutes, about 15 to 20 minutes toward the Kilgore area, and about a half hour, maybe 35 minutes before it gets to Marshall. So you have time to prepare. Just keep that in mind. Tatum is probably going to be in your area sometime around 12:40-ish, maybe 12:45. So if you're in the Tatum area, you can prepare for that. Watch these segments of this track that you see. You've adjusted the timing on it. Okay, all right. Well, if you are in the White area, then you're going to be somewhere in the vicinity of the next 5 to 10 minutes. And then with every one of these segments, you can see, watch where you are. You can see Kilgore and Longview kind of in that same segment. So that means Kilgore and Longview are going to be within the same time frame. So if you don't see the nearest town to you, try to look within those segments to see where the town is that's in the segment with you. So say Overton, you can see I don't have the track in Overton, but it's right there in that same segment of Kilgore. So it's going to be right around 12:14, 12:17-ish in that area. So that's kind of how you can look at the tracks that we put down. The computer decides which actual populated areas pop up in the track, which is why we're tracking constantly, because it'll be putting up different towns each time we track. We don't control that, but that just kind of gives you an idea of if you know where you are on the map, if you know where you're close to, you can get a better idea of when it's going to hit your home and your neighborhood. It is moving into Tyler right now. In fact, I think I just heard my first rumble of thunder outside, so we're going to hear more and more of that. Remember, there's a lot of lightning with these thunderstorms as they move through. Do we have a tower cam? Can we look?
Go
Is there
outside.
anything?
I'll pull up one of the towers.
It looks like we've got rain on it, but I don't see any lightning yet.
Go see what the lightning looks like
There's also probably going to be a lot of
toward that direction.
what I mean by that is
I don't know if y'all can see it. Oh, there we go. It's more like over there. Hear a little bit of rumbling in the distance. Ooh. I don't know if you can hear the rumbling.
now they've taken it out even further as they expect this thunderstorm to hold together and be just as destructive in Tyler, Longview, Jacksonville, Henderson, Carthage, Marshall, all of you now under a destructive severe thunderstorm warning that will be in effect
Excuse
for
me
the
a minute.
next hour. And that's going to include around 12:30 to 1 a.m. This is going to cause winds of 80 to possibly 100 miles per hour. That is why you see it in the Tricky County area. So this lined in pink because they have said that the winds are so destructive that they could be up to 100 mile per hour wind gusts. So this is going to be a huge line of thunderstorms that could be just as destructive as a tornado on the way to all of these areas. It is moving into Tyler as we speak. Let's zoom into Tyler. Let's give some street name in Tyler because it's starting to get worse on the square and downtown from what I'm seeing on our tower cam. I know a lot of people are going to be worried about this. The heaviest rainfall is moving into downtown right now. If you are inside the loop, then your rainfall has likely picked up and will continue to pick up, with that heaviest rainfall being on the north side of the loop, moderate rainfall on the south side of the loop, and it's going to get worse before it gets better. Winds are likely going to be at least 70 to 80 miles per hour. We could see gusts to 80 to 100 miles per hour. Where is, excuse me, I want to see the,
Airport.
yes. What are we getting at the, I'm not doing it as fast as I would like to. Let's see where Tyler is. We have got wind gusting to 39, but that was at 12:02. We haven't seen anything in the last 10 minutes or so. That was a north-northwest wind at 26, gusting to 39. That's the latest I have from the airport in Tyler.
And those winds may not be at the airport just yet. They may just
Okay.
be getting there.
All right, let's check in on Longview. Longview still seeing light winds. So we haven't seen the winds pick up at the Longview Airport just yet. And obviously this isn't in Deep East Texas, so no point in checking Lufkin or Nacogdoches just yet. It'll be a little while before it gets down to you guys in Deep East Texas. Aaron, if you are in TMP, if you could add us to KTRE, we've been doing these cut-ins on KLTV all night long, but I'd like to be on KTRE as well because we're now starting to see.
She's in the process.
Okay, great. Let me know when we are so that I can welcome our KTRE viewers, because this is going to be moving into the northern portion of Nacogdoches County just after 1 a.m. So we need to go ahead and include them on all of those. Okay, so welcome to you guys on KTRE. If you're viewing us on KTRE Channel 9, you're just now seeing us. We've been with KLTV Channel 7 for the last couple of hours through the 10 o'clock show, but now that these thunderstorms are starting to affect Deep East Texas, we want to include you guys at KTRE as well. It does not look like any thunderstorms will be moving into the KTRE viewing area until probably about 1 o'clock or just after, but you can see this latest severe thunderstorm warning does include the northern portion of Nacogdoches County. We're expecting those thunderstorms to be rolling into the northern portion of Nacogdoches County within the hour. So you guys at KTRE have plenty of notice. These thunderstorms are clocking winds at 80 to 100 mile per hour wind gusts possible. We also have penny to quarter size hail possible with these thunderstorms. Very, very heavy rainfall and lots of lightning and thunder with these as well. When they start moving into your area, the rain's going to look like it's going sideways because of those winds, and it is going to be very, very loud. So if you are in KTRE's area, the thunderstorms haven't reached you yet, but they are on the way. Palestine, we expect them to hit your area just after 1 o'clock. It'll be just before 1 o'clock that it hits the Jacksonville area. This latest track of those thunderstorms shows it in Longview in the next 10 minutes. Henderson around 12:43. Jacksonville around 12:45 to about 12:55. Palestine just after 1 o'clock. and just before 1:30, it'll be moving through Tempston. I know Tempston, you've already seen one severe thunderstorm earlier today that kind of rocked your town with some damage. Now it looks like you're going to see another one moving in just after 1 a.m. So a little bit closer look in at Smith County. This is where the edge of the thunderstorm is moving now into the southern portions of Tyler. If you are in South Tyler and White House, expect the rain to pick up and the wind to pick up within the next 5-10 minutes as these thunderstorms continue to push through. That means Bullard, it'll be about 15 to 20 minutes. Truth the same, it'll be about 15-20 minutes, and this will be
Hey,
rolling into
welcome
your
to my
area.
live.
You'll start to see heavy rainfall, very, very frequent lightning, and you're also going to see those winds
can't
pick
tell
up.
who's on.
We have the possibility of seeing winds up to 100-mile-per-hour wind gusts as this starts to move in.
we
We're
left.
also starting to see the leading edge move from Gladewater into the Longview area. Let's zoom in a little bit closer into Longview. It looks like we're starting to see that edge hit Loop 281 on the north side of town, so that means very heavy
if I should
rainfall
move my
will be
truck
moving
again.
in along with those very strong
Let's go check
winds.
outside. Let me
We've got
move my
strong
truck up.
winds in
I moved it away from the
Gladewater,
trees, but
right now those winds are going to be gusting up to 80, 100 miles per hour. That is as strong as a weak tornado, you guys, and it is in a broad
they're saying these
area.
winds are so strong they're about the
If you are under this
strength of a weak tornado.
severe thunderstorm warning, you need to treat this like it is a tornado warning, because this could do as much damage as a tornado
Well, come
as it
on.
moves through this area. When you see this edge right here, we're showing you velocity, and usually with tornado warnings, we're showing you the green and the red right together. This is a different type of storm.
Oh, it's starting to rain. Hell. Okay. I think. Yeah, let me pull my truck up. Oh, I can't see the button and I don't want to accidentally set off the alarm. Okay, I think I got it. Hey, see if I flip this around. Yeah, I think we're going inside. Looks like there's lightning in the clouds right above me.
And the fact that they are not just gusting to 70 and 80 miles per hour, but they were also continuous at 70 to 80 miles per hour. Even if you just have to go to the local Walgreens, CVS, the local Walmart, that's still going to be safer than staying in your RV. So we're just going to track on the storm. We're going to give you as much lead time as we can. Longview, it's moving into your area right now. 12:19 in Longview, so it's already moving into Longview. It'll be downtown Longview in the next 2 or 3 minutes. Marshall, 12:47. Jacksonville, 12:53. Rusk, 1:16. Logansport, 1:46. So keep that in mind. If you are in any of those areas, you're going to see this thunderstorm move in within the next hour with very strong winds, very heavy rainfall, and a lot of lightning as well. Severe thunderstorm warnings will continue for the next hour, and this specific severe thunderstorm warning, it is a destructive severe thunderstorm warning. That is basically the highest severe thunderstorm warning level that the National Weather Service can issue. They're trying to tell us that this is going to be extremely destructive when it moves through the area. So once again, here's another track on the storm. Kilgore, it's moving into your area soon. Jacksonville, 12:50. Here's those categories we've been talking about: considerable and destructive. Basically, the National Weather Service issues a severe thunderstorm warning when the winds are at 58 miles per hour or greater. Then they add the tag of considerable damage when the winds get to 70 miles per hour or greater, or you see the larger hail, but we haven't really seen the larger hail tonight. It's been more about the wind. That destructive tag happens when winds are being clocked at 80 miles per hour or higher, and that's what triggers those alerts on your phone. So many of you probably woke up to that emergency alert on your phone because they've said that winds could be 80 to 100 miles per hour. Andrew, I'm going to let you take over for 2 minutes while I go and get a drink of water.
Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look. We looked a little bit ago at Futurecast, giving an idea on timing. I do think that this is a little behind, but it kind of gives us an idea of just what to expect for the next few hours. Don't get too hung up on the time you see at the top of your screen, but these storms are going to move to the south through the area over the next few hours, and while we may see some areas weaken, some areas could remain strong or
The audio you hear is on my
as they move
computer.
That's why we have the watch in effect until about 4 o'clock.
And then I just got that on the
This morning,
background
as we go through the
on my
overnight
TV.
hours and we approach around sunrise tomorrow. Looks like most of the severe activity
I'm gonna start a new
outside
live.
of our area could still have some rain.